Capricorn, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name's Carol, and this is a general reading for June 2024. And in today's reading, Capricorn, we're going to be doing the Yellow Cardinal Cross. And I'm going to start off by looking at what issue you're dealing with right now, whether it's a struggle, a decision you need to make. It could be a pattern showing up in your life and you're kind of wondering, what's going on here? I've been through this before. Why am I seeing this again? And then I'm going to clarify that or, pull a card to see what's obscuring this. And then in number 3, I'm going to look at what the conscious influence is on this situation. And so by that I mean I want to look at the influence that you're aware of that's causing this issue. And then in number 4, I'm going to be looking at the unconscious influence. And that's really, taking a little bit of a dive into your shadow. Because the shadow lives in the unconscious. It's those things that are hidden about ourselves that we put away. And they can really impact us. And really they have the biggest impact on all the things that are going on with us. The issues that we're dealing with. And so we're going to be doing some shadow work. And if you're not familiar with the two terms, shadow or shadow work, I have left a video in my description box for you below. And it's called My Powerful 4th Step to Shadow Work. And it's really about facing your shadow. And in that video, I give you a lot of tools of how to do it. And that's taken from my other channel called Carol Cares, where it's a channel that I help you with all your mental health challenges, like tools I give you. And then what we're going to do in number 5 is we're going to be looking at what is needed for a resolution in this situation you're sitting with. And finally, number 6, we're going to get some advice from the tarot. And I'll also leave you with a couple videos myself that really will help you with the situation that's coming up in the reading. And that again is going to be taken from my other channel, Carol Cares. So let's get started with your reading. I'm going to be using the Tarot of the Abyss to start off with from Tourian. And then I'm going to pull some clarifiers with the Rider-Waite deck. So let's begin. I'm going to ask Tarot here for one card, if we can, to start off with the issue, the situation that Capricorn is sitting with right now. So let's begin here. The situation for Capricorn, the issue here. 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups. And let's look at a clarifier or a card that's obscuring this, please. Try that one again. There we go. Is that the front? High Priestess. Okay. Let's look at the conscious influence on this. What you're aware of here. You're aware of the, looked like it was kind of in reverse position, the Moon card. And what's sitting in the unconscious that is influencing this? The Sun card in reverse. What's needed for resolution? The 10 of Wands. And finally here, Tarot from the Guidance. Tarot from the Guidance. I knew there was something weird about that. Guidance from the tarot. That sounded good. Tarot from the Guidance. Okay. I was like, there's something really bizarre about what I just said. All right. So, guidance from the tarot. Might not come up. Oh, there it is. Awakening, card number 20, which is known as the Judgment card in the Rider-Waite. All right, so we will have the Rider-Waite right here for clarification. Just give it a quick shuffle. And we're going to look at the issue. Oh, first, before we do that, we're going to look at the overriding energy. So, back in December, the end of December, January of this year, I put out yearly readings, and they're all in my description box for you. And I pulled out 12 cards for your yearly reading, Capricorn. And so I went into it, and in June, your card was the Knight of Wands. So that's going to be the overriding energy for this reading. So the Knight of Wands is the knight that talks about freedom, wanting freedom. Freedom to be, and they want the freedom to live the life they want to live through being authentic. And Wands in particular speaks about authenticity. Wands speaks about your creative purpose, which means what you want to do in your life, maybe taking your life in a different direction, putting yourself first, and doing something different for yourself. Doing something different that maybe you've always wanted to do. Just, maybe you're feeling a nudge out there to do something. You want that freedom to get out there and be you. And we do that through doing something different for ourselves. So that's going to be the overriding energy of this reading. So what situation are you sitting in right here? Well, we have the Three of Cups, first of all. This feminine energy. And feminine energy is, we all have feminine, masculine energy. It doesn't matter what gender you are. We just have these qualities. And this feminine energy is very much, there's three feminine energies here celebrating the Three Cups, and Cups is all about emotions, and so they're very much celebrating, how far they've come. They're celebrating just the idea of, being able to feel their emotions, being in that space of feeling your emotions, knowing how far you've come. Maybe you've been on this healing journey for a while, and the High Priestess comes in here. And that's the card that's kind of clarifying this. And the High Priestess, again, is feminine energy. She is number 2 in the major arcana. And she represents the feminine energy, as well as number 3, the Empress card. And so these two cards are split into 2 here, but they represent the feminine energy. And the High Priestess talks about everything to do with our intuition. She has the key here to go get. People think that you need a key. Like, people think that it's something that we don't have access to. But, there is no lock on this door. Anybody can walk through it. And I think people think that you need, like I said, you need a key to get through it. But intuition is something that we all have access to. It's a feminine quality. And intuition is our inner guidance. It's our going inwards and getting in touch with our inner guidance here. And so I think I'm feeling here that you are in a place where you're kind of, looking at, having a difficult time kind of looking at how far you've come. Sometimes on this journey, we really can say to ourselves, you know what, I've been doing all this work on myself, feeling all these emotions, and I just don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. And the universe says, well, I'm wondering if, you need to go inwards some more. And start to get in touch with your inner guidance, because that's going to really speak to you about things like how far you've come. And maybe you're thinking, you're wanting to go, you're wanting to continue, you're wanting to take your life in a certain direction because you have the Knight of Wands here. But you're feeling like, what's the use here? Like, why? I've really gotten nowhere in my life. But the universe is kind of clarifying this and saying, maybe it's time to go inwards here, because you have this intuition, you have this inner guidance that will really help you with this state of sort of doubt or confusion that you're sitting in right here. I'm going to ask for one more card here to clarify. Can I clarify this High Priestess card here? Or maybe, the Three of Cups, this situation here that Capricorn's sitting in. I just like a little bit more information. Yeah. So yeah, it really sounds like you're in a kind of a ungrounded state. I'm gonna say that this particular juggler has two pentacles here, and this is a decision card. Sometimes it almost sounds like two, not decision card sometimes, but it's not here. What this is telling me that this particular individual is juggler is ungrounded, and he's trying to juggle these two things at once. And so this can be, and then you've got all this lemniscate, this number 8 here, which there's so many possibilities here, right? And that comes in when you're trying to make this decision. But what I'm seeing here, that this can actually be like a multitasker, and he's trying to do all these things. He's juggling these two pentacles, and he's doing it on one foot. And so I'm wondering here if you are in a bit of a state where you have a lot of things going on. You're not quite seeing what direction to go in. And you're kind of in an ungrounded state where you're having these conflicts. You probably could be involved in a lot of different things going on in your life. And that sometimes can happen to us when we're trying to avoid something, right? And maybe you're trying to avoid what to do next, or something's coming up. If we feel like there's something brewing or stirring inside of us, we will often get busy. So this is where I'm seeing you right now, kind of like in a busy state, not really in touch with your intuition, your inner guidance that wants to get in touch with you. And that can be because of the busyness that you're in right now. And so let's look at what's the conscious awareness here that you have about this situation that's influencing this situation. We have the Moon card in reverse here. The Moon card speaks all about these things that are unknown to us. All these things that are unknown to us. And this was in reverse for you. And so I'm seeing here that you are aware that there are things that are unknown to you that are affecting this. And I definitely need to clarify this Moon card right here for you. Over here. Here we go. Oh, you got the Knight of Wands again. Okay, so here's the Knight of Wands in reverse. And so you are definitely aware. This is the Knight of Wands. This is the Knight that wants freedom. We talked about that. This is your overriding energy. Wants freedom to take their life into a different direction. Wants freedom to be them. The wand is all about this creative choice here, but it's in reverse here. And so I'm seeing here that you know there's something calling you, wanting you to go in a different direction, and you're feeling kind of a resistance to going that direction, a real resistance here. Maybe, you know, there's, let's take one more card for this. One more card. Here we go. Oh, we got 2. Okay. Oh, 3. All right. Okay. We got a little bit of a story. So that's good. It's going to clarify something here. Yeah, I'm on track here because you got the Judgment card right after that. And the Judgment card is a major universal force. And you see this angel that's calling these people like they're being reborn. You are feeling something in you that is calling you. It's like a nudge calling you. And you know that you're being, you know, called to do something else. Strength card comes right after it, but it's in reverse here. And it's a call to go inwards. It's not because there's so much intuition here going on that I'm feeling. So I think, you know, a lot of times when we get this call, when we feel this nudge and we don't know what to do about it, you have these emotions that are stirring. Sometimes we get a little bit busy because we're trying to avoid what we need to do. And I think it is a real calling to go inwards, and get in touch with your intuition, your inner guidance. The Strength card is all about going inwards, but it's blocked here. There's a resistance. So I'm seeing here that there's a real fear. There's a fear on your part to do this. The World card comes in next. And the World card can be like, it can be a card. It means a few different things depending on where it comes in, but it's just like a promise of hope. If you think of, you're getting the world, and in no way am I saying you're going to get the world here, but there's some hope here, because I'm feeling like you need some hope here, because you're, in a place where I think you're kind of figuring out what's going on here and having a lot going on, and just a lot of things stirring. I'm feeling there's a lot of things stirring here, and there's a lot of emotions stirring for you. So to try to figure out what those emotions are, it gets hard sometimes. It really does. And it can keep us up in our head. And so we have to try to, get back in our bodies and ground, especially if we're really busy, trying to avoid this, because it wants you, the tarot was telling me, it wants you to get in touch with, go inwards and get in touch with your intuition and your inner guidance as to what's going on here. And I can see there's some fear going on. So what's in your shadow? Because the shadow, that's what you're consciously aware of, but your shadow is going to tell you what's coming up. What's coming up? And you got the Sun card, and that's in reverse. The Sun card to me represents, it could be joy, and it can also be freedom. And so that's in reverse here. And so that tells me, I definitely have to pull some cards here. That tells me that there's some kind of, when you were younger, there was a real need to be free, and it's on your part, and it's blocked. So that means your freedom was blocked. There was something here that maybe you wanted to do, someone you wanted to be, and it was blocked. So let's get some more information here for this Sun card that's sitting in the shadow right here. Another Knight, but this time the Cups, Knight of Cups, 10 of Swords. So I talked about the Sun representing this freedom that you wanted. Well, it's clarified by the Knight of Cups, and because the Knights, like I said, are all about freedom. And this one's particular. This is the Cups. And so this particular Knight that's sitting in your shadow talks about the freedom to have authentic relationships. And so what I'm seeing here is that when you were younger, you weren't shown, what authentic relationships are, what it means to have authentic relationships. And the 10 of Swords has come in here, and that's something that tells me about when you were younger. It's in reverse here. But these swords right here are all these mental belief systems, thoughts that people told us who we were. And that's what really did you in when you were younger. People told you things about yourself that were not true. And when we're younger, we're like sponges, right? We take all this in, and these swords have really hurt you. So I'm seeing here that there's some things here when you were younger where you wanted the freedom to have the joy, to have intimate relationships, authentic relationships. And because of what you were told, it's not, you are not able to right now. And I think this really reflects back to what the situation here is going on, and now I'm understanding it a bit more. It really sounds like the universe wants you to start to develop this, your intuition, and you do that by doing some inner work, and you do that by going inwards. And if you were not able to have authentic relationships with other people when you were younger, it's very hard to have them with other people now, and it really is hard to have it with yourself. And you really have to start building that relationship with yourself and going inwards. And I think there is a real fear here in you with the Strength card to go inwards and to find out about what's in your shadow and why you don't have authentic relationships now, or why you don't have that authentic relationship with yourself, that intimate relationship with yourself. And so what is needed for resolution here? Well, the Ten of Wands comes up, and the Ten of Wands is the end of a cycle here, the end of the pip cards for the Wands, and Wands have come up a bit here in your reading. And the Wands, like I said, is about your purpose, where you're meant to go, what direction you're meant to take. And you can see here he's at the end here. He's collected all these logs. Now it's like he's pretty much done here. He's ready to, you're ready to go. Like, I think a lot has been going on here with this mental energy, and I think you're ready to make a change. But he has these 10 heavy logs in his backpack. And, this is a change that we're going to start to make one by one, right? One of these logs at a time. And so that's what's needed, is to start to take out these logs one at a time. But I'm going to get some more information from you. Can I have some more clarification on this Ten of Wands, please? Oh, I've got the Ten of Wands again. Okay, the Emperor. So, you got the Ten of Wands again, which tells me that, this was the main message here, is for resolution is it's time to start a little bit at a time, undoing, trying to figure out what these logs are that you've been carrying all your life, that have been preventing you from moving in the direction you want to go into. And the Emperor comes out as a final clarification card, and he tells me a lot. This is the card, Mr. Emperor, that sits here in his iron, or his cement chair. And he's ironclad. He's been sitting here for a long time. He's not moving because he's secured his spot in front of this city that sits behind him. And he's the one that makes all the laws of society that he rules over. He makes these imaginary laws that we as humans tend to follow. We were told these laws when we were younger, and we continue to follow them. And there are these imaginary rules that for some reason, they're not ours, but they're ones that we've been taught or learned. And so I'm seeing here that you have been, what's really holding you back and holding you down here are some of these things that you have learned in your childhood, in the past, about maybe relationships, about authentic relationships. You didn't learn about, we established that you did not learn about authentic relationships, and that has really affected. So what is it that, society, what have you learned about certain beliefs around relationships that you really need to get rid of. And it's going to take a while. Like, this is a process here. It's like a one by one kind of thing, right? It's time to, because these wands in this picture, he's trying to keep them down. Wands want to go. Wands are purpose. They want to go. They want to move. You know, think of helium balloons that we have to try to keep down because they want to go. He wants them. They want to fly. They want to go. And but there's something keeping them down. There's some kind of rules of society that you live by, and it's like, no, I can't take my life in where I want to go. Why not? What's telling you can't? Right? What's telling you to you go inwards and you get in touch with who you are. You start to look at some of these emotions and what's telling you, what's holding you back, and that's what you're meant to look at. And so what's the guidance of the tarot here? Well, you get the awakening card, which is the judgment card. And we did see the judgment card coming up already for you. And it's in reverse here. And that is because there's a resistance to it. But there is something that's calling here for you. We know that. We've established that. And that's what the universe wants you to get at. The universe wants you to go inwards. Get the strength. You have the strength. And turn this card around. And there's a calling here. There's something that's asking you to move your life in a different direction. I'm going to ask for a clarifier or two for this awakening card right here. Ooh, a lot of these cards here. We'll have to try that again. All right. I think he was in the nine. He was upright. The Nine of Cups. We started off this reading by looking at the Three of Cups and, you know, celebrating their emotions and, you know, not really sure about believing how far they've come already. And then we ended with the Nine of Cups, which is a nine of emotions. And the pip cards go from 1 to 10. So we started off with number 3 and you're ending here with number 9. And we're not yet at the 10. We have 9 cups here. And so you have your 9 cups lined up. And I think there's kind of a part of you that, you know, you're feeling this nudge, probably to go inwards, to get in touch with your intuition for guidance. That's what intuition is, your inner guidance. But you have these 9 of Cups here, and they're all emotions. They're all lined up. And you know, look at this individual, how he's crossed his arms. And he's like, no, I'm good. I have my 9 cups, like they're almost like these trophies, right? I've done enough. I've done enough, thanks. And that could kind of be related to the 3 of Cups, where you're kind of thinking, you know what? I haven't gotten anywhere on this journey. And I'm done. I'm done with this journey. And you just cross your hands and it's like, no, I'm done with my emotions, thanks. I'm not feeling anymore. But the universe is kind of saying, well, you're not at the 10 of Cups yet. You're not at the 10 of Cups yet. And the universe wants you to go to get you to the 10 of Cups. And so the universe wants you to become aware of, you know, I'll pick one more card here for this one, that there is the 10 of Cups. You need to feel all of the emotions. There's still some emotions right here that are need to be felt by you. And so one more card for like a final card for this reading here. There we go. Oh, beautiful. And this is what guidance from the tarot here. Here's the healing card. This is a star card, beautiful card. And it's got an individual here, a naked individual being very, very vulnerable with themselves, right? We talked about the authentic relationship and being really, really vulnerable with yourself and having an authentic relationship with yourself. And this individual is doing it by dipping their toe into the emotions again, starting to heal again. Not diving into the water, which represents our emotions, but just dipping the toe just a bit, just a little bit. Because you're only at the 9 of Cups here. So the universe is saying there's some more healing that needs to be done, Capricorn. And in order for you to go, and it's about going inwards again and start to deal with, you know, why are these, this not being able to have an authentic relationship, you know, with people, with yourself. What sort of things did people tell you? What does society tell you when you were younger about yourself? And what are you continuing to believe? Because there's more healing that needs to take place here, Capricorn. So I'm going to give you I think it's very important that you learn how to ground yourself so you can do that, go inwards and do that inner journey to get in touch with your intuition and your inner guidance. So I'm going to leave you with a video on grounding, and I think that'll help you to really get back into your body and to start to hear your intuition and what it wants you to do next. So I'll talk soon, Capricorn. Take care. Bye.